Okay, hi. So this first tutorial is going to be a quick tattoo tutorial. It's very painless, very easy, probably a lot easier than you think it's going to be. And to start, we're going to find our avatar's body map. So first we're going to go to where our avatar's prefab is up here. We're going to open it up. We're going to go to body. We're going to scroll down until we find the body. We're going to open it. And then we're going to click here where it says main texture, and it's going to highlight what your main texture is. So you're going to right click this and hit show in Explorer, and boom, there she is. So I work with GIMP. I recommend GIMP. It's very easy, and it's also a free software, so can't beat that. So we're going to go to GIMP. We're going to open her up in GIMP, and here she is. As you can see, I already have a few tattoos pulled up to demonstrate with, so let's just get into it. So I recommend first going to view and zooming in a bit. I would probably start with 50%, that's usually good. Go to the first tattoo you want. We'll go easy first. A lot of times you can find tattoos that already have transparent backgrounds, in which case it's a lot easier. Now I could copy this in color, but what I usually do, because I tend to do emission maps on my tattoos, is I go to colorize, I go down, or colors, go to colorize, I go down here, and then I grayscale it to about there, so it still has some shading, and there's still some dimension to the tattoo. And then I go back to the move tool, I hit edit, I hit copy, I go to my skin map, edit, paste, there it is. To resize it, we're going to go to layer, we're going to go to scale layer, and you got to play around with this a little bit. So we're going to cut this one down by about half and see how that looks. Scale, boom. So then you would place it where you want it on your skin texture, and you would go to File, Overwrite, and then you're going to see down here it's overwriting. You're going to wait a minute for that to finish, and then once it's finished, we're going to go back into the page or our project, and we're going to see how it looks. If you go back into your project too early, it's going to do this, or sometimes this. So we're going to go back to our GIMP. We're going to wait a minute. Alright, and there she is. So normally this would be a little big for my liking, but for now we're going to call it good. Alright, so what do we do if we want a tattoo that isn't transparent already? Let's go with another easy one first. So, very simple. Grab your fuzzy select tool. If it's something that's, pretty whole on its own, has pretty thick lines, you can just grab it like so. You will need to go to view. I'd say zoom in till we'll try 200% if you want to grab the details. Hit shift and then drag it up so it grabs the rest of the black. Then we're going to hit copy. We're going to go back to our move tool, go back to our skin file. We're going to hit edit and we're going to hit paste. Boom. And then we're going to, just for the sake of the tutorial, put it here. And then we're going to hit overwrite. Give it another moment to overwrite. Alright, and now that it is finished exporting and overwriting, we're going to go back to our project, give it a minute to load in, and there it is. Alright, so what if we have a tattoo that's a little more detailed and not transparent? Well, we're going to go back to our project. We will start with this one because it's going to be the easier one. You're going to take your fuzzy select. A lot of times you can start at the top and just drag down and it'll auto grab a lot. This time it grabbed the background. That's not what we want. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try again. To zoom in you can. I might need to. We're about to find out. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to view, zoom. I guess 200% it is. Then we're going to grab the black line. And there it is. You can look over here for a preview of what it's grabbing. The white part is the part that you've selected. So we're going to go do the same thing. Copy, back to our skin. We're going to go to the move tool. We're going to hit edit. We're going to hit paste. And there it is. What a beautiful tattoo. Running out of space on the tummy, so I'm not gonna. So normally what you would do is you'd go here to your rotate tool. You'd rotate it to this angle that you want it. I'm not gonna try to perfect it because this is not a tattoo skin I'm gonna keep. You'd hit overwrite, wait again, and there it is. Beautiful. All right. So, what if the tattoo or the artwork that we want to use has some shading on it, and we want to get that in there? Some tattoos you can grab the shading of, other tattoos you cannot. Tattoos like this have very thin lines, so your best bet's going to be to grab it from a thick area and just pull. Try to grab all of the black lines. That pulled the background. That's not what we want. Okay. As you can see, it's missing some parts. It's missing those and some of the eyebrows. So we're going to hold down Shift. We're going to go back over those areas and try to grab as much of that as we can. Go back over the nose. Very thin line. I'm going to grab her nostril. Grab whatever you call this part of her nose. It's not wanting to grab. There it is. Alright, and then we're going to grab this part here. A little more meticulous. A little more having to play with it. So we're going to go to view. We're going to go to zoom. We're going to go to 200%. We're going to grab this here. There you go. And then we'll grab, for the sake of showing how to grab the detail, we'll grab that. We'll grab this. I think I have just about everything else. So we're going to, I can't tell if this grabbed the white or if it grabbed the black, but we'll see. So we're going to go to edit, copy, move tool, body, edit, paste. Perfect. So we're going to grab it. For the sake of the tutorial, we'll put her right here. You're going to want to make sure that when you place your tattoos, you leave a little bit on the outer rim because it will cut off. And since this is just a tutorial, I'm not really going to care too much about it overlapping. You're looking good somewhere. So we'll place it here, go to overwrite, and then we're going to wait for it again. Now, while this is updating, I do want to say, if we're going to do a mission, if you want to learn how to do mission maps, I will do a separate video of that maybe next week. If you want to do mission maps and not just line work, there is an easier way to do this, to set up for that, and that is setting up different layers. But personally, I normally just put down the line work and then do the mission maps a little bit of a more difficult way, but I'll show you an easier way next week. If that's something anybody wants. And then there she is. As you can see, her shading came out very nicely, a lot nicer than I actually thought it was going to. And yeah, alright, so I have one more lesson for tattooing, and that is, find it. Sometimes you're gonna get tattoos like this, or art like this. Very pretty, it translates very pretty to skin, I've already used it. So you're gonna do what we were talking about, and you're just gonna grab all of the line work. You're gonna hold shift, grab the shading, hold shift, you're gonna grab the eyebrow, and you're gonna grab this. So something that you're going to notice after you grab her is, oh, we can't forget the lines. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna go to edit, we're gonna go to copy, we're gonna switch back to our move tool, go to here, and then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna just paste her on the other leg. So what you're gonna notice here is that, rotate her for the sake of it lining up on the skin. Okay, so what you're gonna notice here is that she's missing color in her eyelash here. Some tattoos you're just going to have to doctor up yourself. So to do that, you're gonna anchor the project. You're gonna go to image, or sorry, view. You're gonna zoom in. We're gonna say to, let's try 100%. I would even go to 200% for this. Because you're gonna want this to be crisp and clean, and you don't want to move your underlayer, so let me just fix that. Okay, here she is. So there's a couple ways you could do this. And I personally think the safest way is going to be to just paint it in yourself. Take your freehand tool and trace it out. So we can do this, and this, and then do very small lines like so. And the point of doing it this way is kind of, what you're doing is you're cutting out this section um, so that you're forced to color within the lines. And if you do it this way, I would normally just freehand it, but if you do it this way, I'll show you how much easier it makes your life. Okay, so you would do this with the eyebrow too, but this is just for the sake of teaching. So we're going to go back to here. We can make it as big as we want it at that point, and then just airbrush it in. And boom, all of a sudden it looks a lot better. And yeah, so that's going to conclude this basic tattoo tutorial. If you want me to do an emission tutorial later, go ahead and ask. Again, in that case, we would learn how to do different layers. So instead of having to select all of the line work again, like I normally do, all you'd have to do is select the line work and then change the color and then work it that way. But yeah, I hope that this was helpful. And just for the sake of seeing what the last tattoo looks like on the skin, let's go ahead and wait for it to update and I'll show you. That's going to be it for this tutorial. I hope that was helpful. I'll do the textures in the next video, and like I said with the emissions, if you want to see that, I'll deal with it next week. Other than that, I hope you have a great day. Bye!